Okay, everyone, so I showed you on the board a few types of sentences. Now I'm going to show you a handout, and in this handout you're going to see the rules and more examples of those types of sentences. I'm not going to read through each of them in this video, but you can access this link to the document in the comments below. But I do want to review here, right here, you can see here's the rule for the simple sentence, okay, and some examples. Here's the rule for the compound sentence with some examples. Here's the rule for the complex sentence with some examples. And here's the rule for the compound complex sentence with some examples. Now, I want to show you something else that's really great when it comes to sentence variety and making your writing sound more exciting, because there's variety in the way you're writing your sentences. And one way to do that, to add more variety in addition to those 4 sentence types, is to use these different ways to start your sentences. So you can start a sentence with an ED word. Okay, so look at this example. Tired from his workout, Carl fell asleep on the sofa. Normally I would have just said, Carl fell asleep on the sofa, he was tired from his workout. But the way I've combined those sentences, now I can take that ED word, tired, exhausted, afraid, whatever that past participle is. It's like an adjective usually, right? You can move it to the beginning of the sentence as long as the person who was tired and that subject in the next part of the sentence, Carl, is the same person, it'll work, okay? So this is a good way to add variety to your sentences. Let me show you another type. ING words. Sometimes it's nice to start sentences with ING words. So look at this. Crystal used a pink brush. She brushed her hair. Now those are 2 simple sentences, not very exciting. Let's mix it up a little bit. Okay, we're going to take a verb here, used a pink brush, and we're going to add ING to it, using a pink brush. Crystal brushed her hair. Now this only works if the person using the brush and Crystal are the same person, okay? This is a great way to do this as well. You need to make sure you have a verb where you can add an ING. Whereas in the first one, you want to make sure you have an adjective, okay? Or a word that ends with ED, adjective-wise, usually. Okay, LY words. You could start a sentence with the LY word. Look at this. I agreed to write the paper. I was hesitant about it at first. So combine those 2, make it more exciting. Say, hesitantly, I agreed to write the paper at first. Okay? And you can even take out that part that says at first. So hesitantly, I agreed to write the paper. Where does that word hesitantly come from? It comes from I was hesitant about it at first. So we took all that out. We took the main word that you were hesitant, turned it into a LY word, an adverb, that describes the action you did in the rest of the sentence. I agreed. How did you agree? Hesitantly. Okay? And you can only do this if the person who was doing something hesitantly in the sentence is the same person that agreed. You can start with a to phrase. Look at these 2. We have to leave now. We need to get to class on time. So let's get away from simple sentence, simple sentence, simple sentence. Let's add more variety. Let's start with a to phrase. So what is something in here that shows that we have to do something, something needs to be done, right? And that is to get to class, right? So here, to get to class on time, we have to leave now, okay? So again, it needs to be the same people in the side that need to get to class on time and the same people who need to leave now, the same subject, in order for this to work. Finally, you can start a sentence with the prepositional phrase. Prepositions are words like in, on, about, over, under, these words that show time or location and lots of millions of other confusing things, but they're these little words, okay? And they come before nouns, which makes it a prepositional phrase. So look at this. Megan planted the carrot seeds. She did this with Tim's help. Here we have a prepositional phrase, with Tim's help. Okay, so with this, I can move it to the front of the sentence and say, with Tim's help, Megan planted the carrot seeds. Now I've got a sentence that's a little bit more exciting than just two simple sentences. Again, make sure that you have the two subjects in both parts of the sentence be the same person. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit tricky to make sense. But the key to not making a dangling modifier error is just to make sure that the subject, the person that's doing the action in both parts of the sentence is the same person. That's it. All right, thank you for watching, and I hope that this was helpful.